Okay, it looks like we're live. Are we live? Are we good? Well, if we're live, well then, welcome everyone to the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Oh my goodness, we're live, everybody. Let's try that again. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets watch along. So, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Brandon, aka the Brando Critic. Welcome. And if you guys are fans of the channel, then welcome back. So, we're going to be watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now, I know that with all of the Harry Potter movies, this one is normally ranked at the bottom, just from what I've seen. But for some reason, this was the one that I watched over and over and over and over again as a kid. And although when people ask me, what's your favorite Harry Potter movie, I normally will say Deathly Hallows Part 2, because I have the most fun watching that. But from pure nostalgia factor, and from just the film that really got me into the world of Harry Potter, I would have to go with Chamber of Secrets. Now, if you guys have never been to watch along before, I'm gonna have the timer down on the right hand corner. Man, I cannot speak today. It has been a long day, but down in the right hand corner is going to be the timer, so you guys can follow along with your copy of the movie. And if you guys are going to be watching on the replay, thank you guys so much for stopping by anyways. But if you guys are live, we will have the chat open up, so any comments, questions, concerns, I will be looking at the chat throughout the entire movie. And of course, super chats and donations are always welcome. You guys don't have to send in any money, but if you do, all the proceeds will be going back into the channel. They are greatly appreciated. So if you guys, you know what? Let's just go like this. Who is here? Where you guys are from? What are you guys eating? And what are you watching this on? I'm watching this on digital right now. I'm watching it on my computer. This is how I mostly do all my other watch-alongs. But what are you guys watching on? Are you guys watching on 4K? You guys watching on VHS, right? You guys going old school, on DVD, on digital, on Netflix, on HBO Max. I think they have it. Where are you guys from? What are you guys eating? What are you guys watching it on? And if you guys, and tell me your overall thoughts of Chamber of Secrets, because I love this movie more than the first one. I really do love it. And I've said this story a couple times before, but when I watched it before I went to London, I was in an altered state of consciousness. I won't say anything. But I cried like a bitch at the ending. This ending gets me. I was in an altered state of consciousness that one time, so my emotions were a bit heightened, and they just, oh man, it was a waterfall. It was Niagara Falls. So maybe stay to the end. It might happen again. I'm sober as we speak, so we're not going to get anything too crazy, but who knows? So let's just take a look at the chat and we can wait for more people to come in here. But Mark, dude, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. And yes, I'm repping my Hogwarts t-shirt, which I got at platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross Station in London. And if you guys are wondering already, what is your Harry Potter house? It is Hufflepuff. So I cannot wait to watch this movie, guys. It had been a while since I've watched all the Harry Potter movies. I watched them all before I went to London 2 years ago, and I have only read the first 2 books. I've read about a third of the third Harry Potter book. So, you know what? Although it was a long day at work, I'm above ground, and that's what really counts. So it's a hot day in Vancouver. It's a great day in Vancouver, and I'm here to watch some Harry Potter with you guys. So what do we got here? We got Joshua Carter. Hey, hello all. It's time for the Grand Wizard Games. Games are in secrets. Awesome. And then weakest movie in the saga. Oh, look at that. Sink the Bounty's already being negative here. Well, thank you for being here, buddy. But the greatest wizard movie of all time is The Prestige. It's a good movie. I need to watch that again. Yvonne, sorry that you couldn't make it, but hopefully I'll catch you on the replay. Celeste, hi, everybody. And then, wasn't meant as an insult. Late in French. Oh, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, you should spend your cash on Blu-ray, dude. I trust me, some of the content, or some of the money that goes in this channel, I have bought a couple Blu-rays, but I make them into videos too. But other proceeds have gone into, like, this mic stand that is right here, the microphone itself, things like that. So, and I do plan on doing a big project with this channel going forward, so stay tuned for that. So don't worry, I'm not taking girls on Tinder out for dinner with this money, so it's not going there. Digital 4K. Bought the whole set on Google Play. Nice. On Google Play, is that even possible? Is that even possible? Yeah, 4K Ultra, Vancouver, BC, burger and salad with a beer. Carl, Vancouver, let's go. It's going to be a interesting playoff series against St. Louis. So anyways, yes, it's hot here in Canada. Absolutely. So anyways, guys, nice to meet you again after like an hour and a half. It was on your Instagram live streams. Yes, I was on Instagram live stream right before this, just to get people aware of this watch along. So anyways, guys, I think I've rambled on enough about just random things and talking with you guys. Let's watch the movie, shall we? So hopefully you guys all have it set to 0. And this time I will have the timer going at the right moment. So let's count it down, shall we? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Logan, sorry, buddy. You were, came in about 6 minutes late there, bud. But hey, hopefully you can fast forward about 20 seconds. Here it is, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. You guys notice how the production design and like just the color scheme of the movies kind of changed from the Christopher Columbus directed ones, the first two, to the next two? Oh man, yeah. I definitely love this movie more than the first one. And I love both movies. And yeah, this is in Surrey, England. I live in Surrey, Canada. If you go to Vancouver, you'll notice a lot of British influence because we're in British Columbia, obviously. And then, of course, we have John Williams' amazing score. In this movie, I think he even improves. And I like the age of Harry in this movie. It's like he's becoming a teenager. I think he was like 15 when he made this movie, or a little younger, 13, 14. Now you've done it. I know this movie inside and out, guys. So, Logan, buddy, you're only missing a minute. You're only a minute in. Yeah. Hey, Sink the Bounty. Am I worthy to be on your TV? Yeah, the Dursleys. They're just a bunch of fat assholes. I mean, I guess Petunia is just a lanky bitch. I believe that guy, I forget his name, he passed away not too long ago, right? Oh, God. The movies do a great job of contrasting just the harsh world of the Dursleys to the magical world of Hogwarts, because Harry is punished for his attributes, for his talents, for his special powers. He's punished for them. And that's what makes Hogwarts and Harry Potter so special, is that, each one of us feels like we have greater potential. And going to Hogwarts and getting that letter and saying you're going to go to this magical place to learn all these great things, it's about expanding potential. And here we got Dobby, of course. And this CGI is really good. And yes, this is the last time we see Richard Harris as Dumbledore, which is sad, but he was a very good Dumbledore. He felt very stoic and wise and like a good friend. Oh, don't mind that. It's just the cat. Yeah, I won't do that throughout the entire thing. It might happen a couple times, but I promise it won't happen too much. Yeah. Finn, Flash, welcome back, man. It's been good. It's been busy, but it's been good. And I know some people don't like Dobby, and when this movie started, they're like, oh my god, it's Jar Jar again. Like, just some annoying CGI monster. But he's not in the movie for very long, and you do end up liking him, right? So he's not like this one, like, comic relief character, right? Like Jar Jar. The Japanese golfer joke. Sink the Bounty. You hate Michael Gambon, but it sounds like you just hate this movie and just hate this series. So I don't know if anything would help it. Spielbergian push in. And I believe this house actually was just sold uh, about a couple years ago, I think. That'd be pretty interesting. I mean, it's not like the most extravagant house or whatever, but the biggest Harry Potter fan in the world has to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine that? Living in this house? Um, yeah, Finn. I talked about it earlier. Best Harry Potter movie. It's like it's a cheat. It's a cheating answer, but my answer is I have three. The one I enjoy watching the most, and my like Brando critic brain will say this is like the best, is Deathly Hallows Part 2. My just film lover brain, my Brandon brain, my own personal, like, I just have a personal attachment to it. It's this one. And I know a lot of Harry Potter fans really despise this movie. Like, the fans that read the books and like will have all the robes and the Quidditch gear and all this stuff, they don't like this movie for the most part, for the ones I've talked to. Never. Well, if that was the case, there'd be no sequels, so screw you. Anyways, but then my film school brain says Prisoner of Azkaban. The way it was shot and the way it was written, and it's just, oh, that movie is just masterfully made. And then, of course, you got to give props to where it all started with Philosopher's Stone. So, and then you can have debates on, you know, the ranking of them. But yeah, that'd be my answer. Worst Potter movie. Again, I don't hate any of them, but I would say Deathly Hallows Part 1 is the hardest to get through. Where I find Order of the Phoenix, it's enjoyable, but I find the least amount happens. Yeah. I like how yeah, you can definitely tell that his voice dropped in this movie. Funny thing is how every main actor didn't have good opportunities later. When you mean main actor, you mean the child actors? I don't think it's because they're trash, dude. I think it's just because it's typecasting. Like, look at Mark Hamill. Like, what were his biggest opportunities after Luke Skywalker? What were Carrie Fisher's biggest opportunities after Princess Leia? Harrison Ford was able to break the curse with Indiana Jones and other things, but I mean, those two movies are still, like, he's known for those. But with Daniel Radcliffe, he will never escape the realm of Harry Potter, right? He's doing like Guns Akimbo. He's doing like all these kind of like indie kind of movies. I mean, who knows when he gets older, like really older, but he will always be known as Harry Potter, right? Because these movies were so huge. Like, this was a whole phenomenon. And this music, too, is just... Oh, it's great. So I don't think they were trash. If they were trash, then the first movie would not be successful, and then we wouldn't have a series. Because everyone would say, oh, these movies are these actors are trash. You know, it's actually funny. I actually played the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets video game quite a lot when I was a kid. And, like, I played it not too long ago just for shits and giggles. It actually still holds up. Lots of loading screens. Yeah, but it's a surprisingly really well-made game. It's kind of like Zelda, where you can go around the castle and everything. And, you know, if they're never going to make an HD remake for it, but if they did and they, like, kind of fixed some of the little issues, I would totally play that again. Where are your least favorite and favorite Harry Potter movies are the Deathly Hallows movies? I think I just talked about that with Finn Flash. I may be on a long limb here, but I like Harry Potter franchise better than Star Wars. It's just opinions, dude. You can think whatever you want. What's this actress's name? Note Cargon. Yeah. Yeah, and from the oh, this is such a cute scene. It's so adorable. Now, like, just crushing on him so hard. But I've heard that from people who watched or who read the books, saying that the relationship between Jenny and Harry was not really developed in the movies. That I can agree with. Even though I've never read the later books, the romance between him and Jenny was not really developed to full potential. And how does he not know that? In the first movie, he goes into the bar, everyone recognizes him. Reminds me of the Incredibles, where he's like, "You did? How fast were you? How fast were you going?" Like, the dad just wants to be like a troublemaker too. Muggles. Trains underground. Fascinating, those Muggles. Um, yeah, Andrea. My favorite movie in the franchise is the last one, Deathly Hallows Part 2. My least favorite is Deathly Hallows Part 1. But it's because, you know, in the first movie, it's all just exposition. It's all like the first act. You know what I mean? Whereas the second movie, they just go straight into it. There's no time for setup. There's no time for the slow pacing up to the build. It's just boom, final battle. We're in the shit of things, the thick of things. We're in the shit. Harry Potter is a jerk. I mean, dating younger sister of your best friend is almost incest. No, it's not. Not even close. Did someone date your sister and you're sour about it? Joking aside, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If one of my friends decides to date my sister, as long as he is a stand-up guy and he's not gonna, fuck her over and she's not gonna manipulate him and they're happy together, then it doesn't matter what I say. You know what I mean? If Harry Potter just wanted to do the hump and dump or the fucking chuck with Ginny, then Ron would have every reason to be mad. If Ginny was just a Thotiana and was just like emotionally manipulating him, then sure, Ron could get angry because it's like, hey, I know you're my sister. You cannot do this to my best friend. But if they're both stand-up people, they both love each other, then I don't think that makes him a jerk. And I don't think that that's not incest at all. Are you doing a watch-along of all the Harry Potter movies? If so, are you doing it with the Fantastic Beasts movies? It all depends on you guys. It all depends on you guys. If you guys want to, and if you guys are vocal enough, when's Prisoner of Azkaban? When's Prisoner of Azkaban? And you guys are vocal enough and you guys want to do them, we got a big turnout for each one, then they will keep going. If not, then it looks like nobody wants them. So it all depends. So I believe that there is an extended version of this movie with like a longer scene in this shop. But I believe this is just the normal version I'm watching. Let's see here. Yeah, this is just the normal version. Finn, that's a good question. I enjoy the first Fantastic Beasts movie fine. I think it's a lot of fun. The second one was hot garbage. If you guys like it, more power to you. But man, I thought the movie was boring, confusing, convoluted, and unnecessary. You guys should look up the Jordan Peterson analogy of Chamber of Secrets. It's masterful. He's so smart, and the way that he talks about this movie is just great. Okay. I'm just going to watch the Harry Potter and Hermione scene together, and then I'll just dip out for a quick second. I'll come right back. Oh, Hermione's so cute in this movie. Like, I like the age of all of them in here. They're not that old, but they're not super young. And the John Williams score is just so subtle. It's just great. And I love Hagrid too. Almost as tall as me. Anyways, I'll be back for Gilderoy Lockhart in just a second, so stand by. So I'm back. So I heard that Gilderoy Lockhart, they wanted. There's the page that's ripped out. Man, Draco. I was him for Halloween. What's the guy's name? But man, Lucius Malfoy is such a great character. Such a great performance. So cartoony. Just so like. Just what a slime ball. But Hugh Grant was going to play Gilderoy Lockhart. So it's who the studio wanted. Muggles. Oh. It's like you get some racism here in the wizarding world. Slime ball. The Death Eaters are basically the Nazis of the wizarding world. What's the guy's name? Ian? No. Oh, I forget the guy's name. So who's that actor's name? Man, yeah, here's King's Cross Station. And I said this in my last Harry Potter watch along, but I had my headphones in and I was listening to my Harry Potter soundtrack at this train station. I was almost brought to tears, guys. But okay, right there, that exact pillar, there's garbage cans in front of all of them now, because apparently after these movies were released, kids would run into these walls as fast as they fucking could, and they knocked themselves unconscious. That's what some of the people at the train station told me. So yeah, they did exactly this. I like how they got this guy back. Me and my friend are making a script. May I ask what you look for in a movie as a critic? 3 things. Very simple. Likeable and intriguing characters, or likable and interesting characters. An interesting and intriguing story, and an emotional investment. If it has those 3 things, you're good. You can write about whatever you want. I remember, yeah, like when this movie came out, like all the Lego sets and all the other marketing was always about the car, right? So, anyways, will you see the Snyder cut? I guess if I don't want to pay for it. I don't really care. It's just like I watched Justice League, and I'm not a big fan of the DCEU. It's not like I prefer or like I'm a fanboy of either one. If it's a good movie, I want to watch it. Simply put. So, I don't know. Just them redoing a movie to have a Zack Snyder cut. I didn't like other Zack Snyder DC movies, so I'm not too excited about it. Um, oh yeah, this is the there's a meme with this with Thomas the Tank Engine right here. So apparently this is a real train in Scotland. And see this scene, like the CGI is good. It's actually pretty good. Especially for 2002. Like it's an exciting scene. I love that shot. Yeah, I still have some of the Chamber of Secrets Lego sets. They're not together anymore. They're just in a giant tub of Lego. But yeah, Harry Potter Lego. I had a lot of those growing up. More than Star Wars Lego, to be honest with you. But but yeah, likable and interesting characters, an entertaining and intriguing story, and an emotional impact. If a movie has those three things, it can be about whatever you want. You can make it about mall cops. You can make it about bakery owners. You can make it about hockey coaches, whatever you want. As long as it has those three things, then you're golden. And there it is. That's going to be a very big plot point throughout the rest of the movie. Ron Weasley's broken wand, which Hogwarts does not seem to have any spares laying around. But of course, that's just nitpicking. So, who here has never seen this movie before? And who here has seen this movie countless times? Who here loves this movie? Who here hates this movie? I know one person does. Thanks for being here anyway, buddy. What are your overall thoughts of this movie? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the chat. Hey, Zach. And so another thing too is that when you have different directors come on for these movies, you're going to get different production design teams, and then the castle is going to naturally change its geography. Like the Whomping Willow is not here in Prisoner of Azkaban. Hagrid's hut changes. Some other minor differences, like the location of the Gryffindor common room. You know what I mean? Yeah. I haven't seen this movie in 100 years. 100 years ago, no one has seen this movie. You are cringe. Thanks, buddy. So are you. Yeah, Zach, this is the second movie. There we go. And look at that. 2 people have already disliked the video. That's always nice. Thanks for that. And yes, the second one has the one with the spiders. Maybe Douglas Fairbanks as opposed to Charlie Chaplin. We are in trouble. And then Alan Rickman. Great performance here. Oh, Zach, I could roast you so hard for that one, buddy. It's just a movie. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Um. Yeah, the actress from playing Moaning Myrtle is the oldest actor to ever play a student in Harry Potter. Um. Yeah. I could see you as Draco. It's just the hair. And yeah. This actress is really funny too. Yeah, Carl. My second least favorite. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this movie. I don't know why. I don't see it. I love it. But hey, it's all good. Yes. Wait, it's weird because when you like a video. Zach, I don't know what you mean by that. Same with that one guy. I don't know what you mean by that statement either. Oh, oh man, it's a good question. What's the Weasley's home called? Not the Shrieking Shack. That's in the last movie. Uh, oh, I know it. It's not on my head right now though. You're doomed. The Burrow. Yeah, that's right. There it is. Yeah, we don't see Colin in any other movies. If we do, let me know, because I don't think I saw him. My dad always imitates him. Oh man. Oh Neville. These are your Magikarp years. And then in the later films, those are your Gyarados years. The true hero of the story. Yikes. Intense. I love just how all the guys are like, who the hell is this schmuck? And all the women are like, oh my god, Gilderoy. Witch Weekly. The fuck's wrong with this guy? I think that's Christopher Columbus's daughter, or Chris Columbus's daughter, Susan Bones. Do you have a TikTok account? I do, but I don't. I downloaded it like a couple days ago. I don't know how to use it. I'm an old man when it comes to that kind of stuff. My dad does impressions of Mr. Finnegan all the time because he's Irish. My mom's Irish too, so he'll like try to just play around like that. That one guy, it's not called Brando Critic. I haven't posted anything on it. It's just like I downloaded it a couple days ago, so there's nothing to follow. But yeah, like I think Kenneth Branagh is a good Gilderoy Lockhart as someone who's just kind of like full of himself, full of his looks, kind of a fraud. Hugh Grant I feel would have been really good, but I feel like he would have been just too famous for the role. You know what I mean? Like all these other actors, like the supporting cast, like Maggie Smith and Alan Rickman and all these other people were like, they're famous, right? But, Hans Gruber was like 12 years ago before this movie, something like that, 14 years ago. But Hugh Grant would have been like a mega star at that point, right? Like he was in Love Actually the year afterwards. He was in like About a Boy, Notting Hill, I think Bridget Jones. He was a big star. I don't believe it. Right, Slytherin. Sink the Bounty. If you hate this movie, then you can watch any one of those movies, man. It doesn't matter. But thanks for stopping by anyway. It shows that you do support this channel, even though you don't like this movie, which you've told me only because you think the actors are trash. Yeah. Ooh, throwing shade. You albino little prick. I know he's not albino, but yeah. I wonder in the wizarding world, could you just say whatever and that becomes a spell? Yeah. Drown in shit. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He directed Mrs. Doubtfire, Home Alone, and he wrote The Goonies and Gremlins. He also directed Pixels, so I haven't seen him. A bunch of people want Ron's actor to be the next James Bond, I think. Well, I don't know these bunch of people. I don't know who you're talking to, but I think that'd be a terrible choice. Richard Madden, Henry Cavill, those would be some good choices. Yeah, Gary Oldman and Helena Bonham Carter were cast in the top of their game later on, but they weren't like box office famous people. You know what I mean? They weren't like, let's go watch this new Hugh Grant movie. Like, no one's saying, let's watch this new Gary Oldman movie. I'm sure us cinephiles will know that, but not like just general audience. You know what I mean? Oh, God. Oh, I love Hagrid so much. He's just like your big, lovable teddy bear. And what I like about the Harry Potter universe is that J.K. Rowling even said, like, it's not, sure, it's a world full of magic, but they still have real world problems, racism and prejudice and stereotyping, and kind of like Star Wars too. But in this one, it's more prevalent, and yet it's still subtle. So I like that. I'll never see Pixels. Yeah, I never have. Cannot wait for Tenet. Hey man, it's coming out pretty soon, in Canada at least. Yeah. Well, Rodrigo, there was the British factor. J.K. Rowling didn't want anyone who wasn't British or Irish in the movies. If you guys know Carl Jung's shadow philosophy, this movie is a really good example of it. It's basically just knowing everyone has their shadow, right? Has like evil inside of them, the yin and yang. So everyone has the power for good, but no one can know their true powerful good until they know their true powerful power for evil. And there's part of Voldemort in Harry. He's able to talk to snakes, which of course, you have the Medusa, and right, if you look at the Medusa, what do? You die or you freeze, right? You turn to stone. There's a lot of biblical philosophical elements in this movie, and Jordan Peterson does a very good job of explaining it more than I can. So it's very good. Yeah, I still gotta watch Bram Stoker's Dracula. There you go, buddy. Proud Hederick. This is my favorite Harry Potter movie. Gladstone's in my boat. This movie also did give me nightmares when I was a kid. Timbers secrets beware. Oh. Just everyone getting out of class at the same time, all converging at the same place. Do I like The Lost World? Watch my video for the Jurassic Park tier list. But short answer, no. I'm not watching the special extended edition just because I don't think everyone has access to that. Just watching the normal version, the theatrical cut. Okay. The fuck? Thanks, Proud Hedrick. Do you like Temple of Doom? I do. I do like Temple of Doom. Yeah, that face. Okay. I want to see some punishment. Like this movie, it definitely takes a step up in intensity and intention. Intensity and tension. Yeah, yeah, yeah. From the first movie, it feels a lot more streamlined. Yeah. Carl, what's the highest Rotten Tomatoes score for Harry Potter? I like this scene a lot. I always like the one scene where like the mystery is revealed, but it's still a bit mysterious. The Obi-Wan Kenobi talking to Luke Skywalker about his father. This scene, Hagrid talking about Voldemort in the bar in Diagon Alley. Like the music too, and Maggie Smith's performance is just great here. That one guy, watch my video on that one. Like how there's a baboon in the back. I like how you just show Hermione. Now she's terrified, and it just shows Malfoy like, yeah, that's right. Um, yeah, can we talk about Rowling being an asshole nowadays, bullying Potter fans and releasing strange tweets? All the money and fame she got made her really arrogant and mean, or is it her true nature? Uh, Honestly, I have no idea. I've been so out of the loop with all this J.K. Rowling nonsense. I don't know what she's saying. I don't know what she's doing that is making people so upset. I know she was talking about how, like, yeah, okay, Dumbledore is gay. I get that. That was already a thing in the books. But now, like, she's making other characters transgender or something. I really don't know. I'm so out of the loop on it. But as soon as I see all these like headlines about like J.K. Rowling this, J.K. Rowling that, J.K. Rowling is now pissed off these fans. I see it and I'm like, you know what? This is not affecting me whatsoever in my everyday life, and it won't affect my love for Harry Potter, the movies. So I see them and I just go, I don't really care. So if you guys want to tell me what she said or what was going on, you guys can bring me up to speed. I can maybe talk about it, but I don't really know. So I can't really speak to my own. I can't speak my own opinion about it because I don't know what she said and I don't know what she's doing. I wish Maggie Smith was my grandmother. I was gonna say she's just such a warm spirit. Yeah, Quidditch. I love, and I said this in my last stream too, but like I love the Quidditch matches in the movies, and I think it would be such a fun sport to play. Although if you really think about the logistics of the actual game, it's complete bullshit. Imagine in hockey, you're playing, right? You're playing just normal hockey, and you're trying to score on the other team's goal, and you have 1 point, right, for each goal. But then all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, the other team scored a goal with a special golden puck, which is really hard to see. That's worth 15 goals, and the game's over, you lose. What's the point of playing the rest of the game then when the only way to end the game is to find the golden snitch? So why don't you just put all of your players onto trying to get the golden snitch? Because the only way to end the game is to grab it, and it's worth 150 points. The only way the team that catches the golden snitch can still lose is if the other team is up by 160 points. It's just nitpicking. I know that, but I do find that very funny how like when people play like actual Quidditch, I'm like, that's sure. Also, John Williams uses the same theme from Attack of the Clones here. I don't know which one came out first. They both came out the same year, but when they're underneath the stands flying around. Okay. So either or. I don't know which one he worked on. Which one he worked on first, but yeah, the themes are exactly the same. I think it's coming up right here. And I said this in the last stream too, but I played. Oh, here it is, right here. It's in a different key, but that's it. Like the CGI in this movie is good, like good for 2002. And I watched an interview with Chris Columbus, and he said that the reason why that is because when they filmed this, they did the special effects scenes first, and so they had more time to work on them as opposed to the first movie where they did them last. And to try to meet the deadline, they didn't have enough time to really work on the special effects. But I mean, like this movie still looks great, even today. But I played the Harry Potter Quidditch game a lot when I was younger. What do I think are the Canucks changes this year? They got a young, dynamic, talented team that sure there might not be that playoff experience in the NHL, but you know what? They're young and they're determined, and I think they can go on a run. I don't think they can win the whole thing, but hey, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. I'm really excited for the future of that team. I know not many of you guys are hockey fans, but because this is a Harry Potter watch along, but I could talk about the Canucks all day long. So don't start me now. Maybe afterwards, after the movie, if you guys want to ask me Canucks questions, then I'll talk endlessly about it. Man, I remember when I was a kid, I would try to like memorize all the spells and everything. Amendo. Ugh. You can go. I love how everyone is around Harry and no one's around Malfoy. Just his little asshole entourage. Yeah, he was a busy man in 2002. That's for sure. Those were all great scores. Yeah, the sound design in this movie is great too. Yeah, the squishes and stuff. Hello, Dobby. Oh. Everybody got that? Everyone got that? Okay. Now we can continue. The diary? That's actually the second movie in a row where someone has done that joke. Like, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, in the toilet. Don't you mean? Yeah. Or Moaning Myrtle? Yeah, like to me that was really terrifying. Like that all the students were just like getting petrified at school. Oh no. Just that little spark of like, ooh, now what? Now what? Like a little clue here and there. It's good pacing. Moaning Myrtle. Yeah, think. So I know in the VHS copy and the original theatrical cut, you can clearly see the cameraman and like the crew in one shot. But I think it was in the DVD or the Blu-ray that they digitally removed them. So I'm gonna see in my copy if it's still there. And for all you Harry Potter nuts out there, I think you guys can realize that the spell Expelliarmus has changed its um, function throughout the movies. They just needed a generic attack spell, and they made it Expelliarmus, which later on changes its function. Love that. Like, the teachers totally know, right? They totally know. Finnegan's like, fuck yeah, shit's gonna go down. Yeah, like the amount of fights that these kids would get into if like Hogwarts was real, like all these kids being told that they're gifted, and their egos all being with people similar to them because of the houses, it'd be nuts. So it's after his retaliation attack, and Snape brings up Malfoy. We can see in the bottom left-hand corner the cameraman. If, depending on what version you're watching, because I know they CGI'd it out. So coming up right here, in the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, they. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can totally see it. Yeah, in mine you could see it right in the corner there. I don't know if you guys saw it, but yeah. Harry Potter, the snake freak. Kind of the same as like doing like a Nazi chant without knowing it. At least in this scenario. Great 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 grandson or something. I can't be. And also, if you guys didn't, don't follow me on Instagram and didn't see my story, I have the script right here. This is actually legit. This is the actual script for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now, it isn't line for line in the movie because obviously, even from script to final product, like lines are changed on the day. There's different editing that goes into it. Scenes are dropped. Certain lines work better. Certain shots make the scenes change. But this is the script that they were shooting off of. And yeah, I can go through it at the end if you guys want. At least parts of it, you know. Yeah, it's very interesting to read a script of an actual movie that you know. Back in my film school, we actually were able to rent out, like, they had like all the Coen Brothers ones and Tarantino ones and James Cameron ones. I don't know how they were able to get copies of those, but yeah, the actual script right here. It's a fun read. Yeah, this song or this theme gave me nightmares when I was a kid. I was a scared kid growing up. What can I say? And I believe that this is the last time we see nearly headless Nick, right? And that looks bad. Follow the spiders. Follow the spiders. If Hagrid ever gets out of Azkaban prison, I'm gonna kill him. Potter. Yeah, I remember the spell here is sherbet lemon. It just sounds strange. That's like, Snape going, Caesar, salad. Excuse me. Yeah, it was a long day, guys. Excuse me. Keep watching. I'll be right back. Now, I don't know much about like folklore and like old like ancient mystical creatures and stuff, but I know that the phoenix has a lot to do with it's like the perfect balance to the basilisk, the snake, right? Born from the ashes comes life again and all that stuff. Yeah, Fox the Phoenix, a great theme. Everybody got that? Yeah, it's great. How's everybody doing? Checking in on the chat. How's everybody doing? uh, I think he's my favorite secondary character. other than the main three. He's just so good. Remember what he says here. It comes up later. Off you go. I know a lot of people like to say that they like to watch these movies around Halloween or around Christmas time. But I guess like Christmas and Halloween have always been like sections of each book, I guess. But yeah, it's just interesting how people will like pick a certain type of movie to watch, you know, every year at a certain time, even though it's not like a Christmas movie. It's not a Halloween movie. Like I know a lot of people like to watch like the Disney movies around Christmas time. For me, it's like around May or April. I go through like always a Disney phase. It's weird. I can't explain it. Yeah, and it's funny that's perfect casting too for Crabbe and Goyle because you know they were both cast as like these kind of bad apples, and yet I think both of them are now in prison. So that's good casting if I've ever seen it. There you go. Call back to the first movie. You know, it's great. And just like that, those dummies are like, oh, look at that, more muffins, more cupcakes. Boom, boom, boom. It's stereotypical, but Hollywood does it with the fat people. It's the tuba. Boom, 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 boom. So don't get mad at me for saying it. It's a deliberate choice on their part. And I'm wondering this too. Like I was thinking because I was introduced to Harry Potter through the movies, but I know a whole generation was introduced to them through the books. And with the books, there wasn't a soundtrack, there wasn't a theme. So I was wondering that like this theme is so associated with Harry Potter that before the movie came out, I'm wondering if people were reading the books and going, "Wonder what the theme's gonna be." You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, I think I can definitely see that how Daniel Radcliffe seems to do a lot of similar films, just because you know he, in terms of like the main Hollywood, uh, the Hollywood system, he was I think in the running to play Bilbo Baggins. I heard that once somewhere. Um, don't know how true that is, but you know it's just like the typecasting, right? Like Mark Hamill will always be known as Luke Skywalker. Daniel Radcliffe will always be known as Harry Potter. And it is so hard to kind of escape that. And although Now You See Me and Now You See Me 2 is, I'd consider like semi big movies, but they're not Jurassic Park. It's not MCU. It's not Star Wars. Although I would love to see the MCU bring in Daniel Radcliffe somehow. It's so ridiculous, but I think they could do it. To play who? I have no idea. Make him play like the Wolverine or something. Here's a question for you guys. That was half joking, by the way. What roles would you like to see Daniel Radcliffe play in like a major movie, like a Star Wars spinoff, an MCU role, DCEU, Jurassic Park, like that franchise? Uh, who knows? Pirates of the Caribbean, the Margot Robbie one, if he's like a crew member on the ship. I have no idea. You fat stupid oaf. Ooh, what a snot-nosed little prick. Yeah, he's too short for James Bond. Absolutely. He sounds so much like Ron though. I could be down with that. The Riddler. What? Simple trick. Shoot the villain from below because it makes them look bigger, and shoot our hero from above because it makes him look weaker. Simple. Potter. Probably was. Some bigger Harry Potter fan might know that. I have not seen Guns Akimbo. It looked a little out there for my taste. I saw this one crazy like film theory thing where it's like, oh, Malfoy is actually the real hero of this movie. Like he was actually trying to save them the whole time. But I'm like, I still don't think that you would say, I hope that Hermione Granger dies. Sure, he's saying it to his friends, but still. Like he seems pretty convinced. Ah, good old Hogwarts. It's water. Yeah, Richard Roper said that like Harry Potter was the Wizard of Oz for this generation. And I think that is a perfect way to describe the first couple Harry Potter movies. It's just it captured the imagination of a generation like nothing else had before. And I guess now you have the MCU, but Who's that girl from Vine who has that really high voice? Like that really high voice. Moaning Myrtle reminds me of her. And of course, we have the diary here. It's funny. In the first movie, they go to Vault 713 to get the Sorcerer's Stone or Philosopher's Stone, depending on where you're from. And 713 is my birthday, July 13th. My mom's birthday is June 13th, and that is the date that Harry Potter is taken back in time to right now. And you'll see it in the book. So we both have something that me and my mom noticed, right? It's like, oh, my birthday's in this one, and her birthday's in this one. So if there's any October 17th or January 7th birthdays, let me know, because those are my sister's and my dad's birthday. If there's a reference to them somewhere, then, man, Harry Potter really is our franchise. Have you guys ever written with a quill before? With ink? I have not seen The Good Son with Elijah Wood. I have not. Be very interesting to write something in a book and it writes back to you. I guess that's your phone with there's some certain apps, but sure. But I can show you. Ooh. Let me take you back 50 years ago. Yeah, 13th of June. Happy birthday, Mom. That one guy, only if you see, please. I might do a. I'll put it on my Letterboxd for sure. Every movie I see, I put on my Letterboxd, so you can check that out. But we'll see. If it's a movie that I really impacts me and I want to talk about it, then I'll do a video about it. He doesn't look like Jude Law at all. You wish to tell me? Off you go. Yeah, I knew that part. Rango was directed by or from the creators of Pirates of the Caribbean. He looks so weird there. Ugh. Hagrid! It's a good shot for the trailer. I think, all of them, uh, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, and Daniel Radcliffe all gave great performances, and their chemistry together is unmatchable. Oh, that one guy, you're not watching the movie? Oh, that's a shame. If you're here to chat, then feel free to chat. And by the way, guys, I will be staying around for a little bit after the movie to chat with you guys. Their acne. At least Hedwig's okay. Oh, shit. I have seen La La Land. But they're flying around in the background. A wee bit. Yeah, your Scottish grandmother. That would be insane. Yeah, 25 million per film. Absolutely crazy. Good for him. Jenny's like, shit. And I love the invisibility cloak. I always used to love it as a kid, just the idea of it, like sneaking around and not knowing about anything, or like going around with people not knowing where you are, sneaking into concerts and hockey games. I never noticed that as a kid. I was expecting, it doesn't matter, but you'll see. What happened to the giveaway? It happened already. UN reviews one copy of Braveheart. I announced it on my Instagram. Already here, Fudge. Good. Just, I like how the dog growls too. Love that. Call this a house? You know, as a kid, like I didn't know what was all this stuff was going on, but you know, it's funny when you look at your favorite films as a kid, you get this dialogue. Bad News Bears. Oh, he knows that they're there. Totally. Yeah, I heard about Tron. I've heard that rumor about Jared Leto being in Tron forever, but now with Rotten Tomatoes like officially like saying it uh on their page, you know, um, oh, good job, Hagrid. You know, and again, it's been announced. It's been announced a couple times. There's been rumors for years and years and years. For me, I'm a bit of a skeptic in that regard. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when um I'll believe it when I see some footage. If like Tron Legacy it's filming in Vancouver, then I'll definitely know about it. So I hope it's true. Tron Legacy is a very fun movie. It's very style over substance. but the style and just the world that it's built is just so engaging, and it's just so cool. The Daft Punk score, the production design, just the light cycles, and the disc game, the disc battles, they're just so cool. They're just so cool. Yes, I'm planning on doing that one for sure. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. There's just a lot of there's gonna be a lot more of those first time reaction videos. Trust me. There's 3 already made, ready to go. At one time, it was gonna start filming in Vancouver. Yeah, I know Tron Legacy did here. It shows the city very prominently, which is very cool. I just don't know what the sequel could be. Like, what could they do? Because I know, or is it going to be like a spin-off or a sequel or... Oh, they're definitely stepping on a bunch. So I know there's someone in here that just did not like spiders. You may want to not look at this one part. The lines that my sister and I will always imitate is "Come on" or "Hang on, hang on, hang on." He'll say that over and over and over and over again. And also, if you guys could smash that like button, it'd be amazing. It'd be the best way to support the channel. It's funny how Aragog is like this really big, like this really big, ominous, scary spider, and then in Half-Blood Prince, he's just like, he's big, but he's just some like corpse, right? And he's almost like, that movie is hilarious. That is probably the funniest script out of all the Harry Potter movies. Most comedy. Yeah, so Aragog is a bit of an asshole right here, because he's like, I'll tell you all this information, and I'll help you out, and I won't eat you, but I'm going to have my children eat you. Okay, so who here is afraid of spiders? Yeah, I guess that Hermione does not get to do anything like badass in this movie, really. And I talked about this in my last live stream too, but I want to let you guys want to hear your guys' opinion on this. Why is it that here, one second here. Why is it that I find that the majority of Harry Potter fans are actually women? Right? You'd think that it's like a fantasy, like action fantasy adventure movie. Like Lord of the Rings, I find more guys like Lord of the Rings than women, but more women like Harry Potter than men. That, and I'm talking about like the real hardcore fan base. And I'm just curious what you guys think of that. Like, do you guys, is there a certain reason? Is just Harry Potter just the beta version of Lord of the Rings? Is it Lord of the Rings more alpha? Or what, if you want to use those terms? Or is it just because it's a bit more appealing? Or is it a bit more accessible to a wider audience? Or is there more of a fan fiction element or like merchandise that appeals to women? I'm not too sure. I really don't know. But I think it's less violent and less like actiony than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is definitely a lot more grander in scope, I guess. Um, yeah, it's a weird discussion for sure. I want to let you guys uh, know that's what I think. But what do you guys think about it? But I'm just talking about like the real hardcore fans. There are more women who love Harry Potter than men. And I'm talking like the hardcore fan base. The hardcore fan base. I'm not saying that there aren't men who don't love these movies. I'm one of them. But just curious, just in terms of the general majority of fans. That's all. Yeah, but why though? See, when you say maybe because more women grew up watching the movies or the books, but why though? Why did more women read these books than men did? That poor car. And we never saw it again. That was the set, the Lego set I had, Hagrid's house. Maybe just learning spells in school is more attractive to women as opposed to a bunch of hobbits going on a fellowship to destroy the ring of Sauron. You know what I mean? Whew, boy, it's hot in here. My goodness. Okay. I've always liked these scenes in Harry Potter when they've like discover like a they put all the clues together and they find out the big mystery. Because did look it in the eye. I love Ron's face there, like, oh yeah, yeah, we're detectives, hell yeah. Remember a funny cinema sin there. Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, I got Fallout, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Behind me here is Skyfall, and then over here, which you can't see, is Braveheart. And then in my other game room, I have plenty and plenty and plenty of posters. Yeah, 40 minutes to go. Yeah. Hey, Josh. How's it going, buddy? Hope you've been enjoying the watch along. Hope everyone's enjoying the watch along. I love this movie, so I'm having fun. I've had a couple naysayers earlier on, some guys who don't like this movie, which is fine. I got one, you are cringe. I think the one thing that was really cringe was his grammar. Uh, yeah, sorry, what did I miss? Perfect timing. You missed most of the movie, but you got to the third act, which is nice. Time for another beer. I've been watching too much hockey and drinking beer. I need a break until next round. Ginny. Yeah, this is the scene that I read in the script. If you guys didn't see before, yeah, this is the official script for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. You going somewhere? It's all good, Josh. Most women like magic. Yeah, that's. I have picked up. I have gotten a couple girls' numbers at parties from doing magic tricks. It's pretty tacky, but hey, she's like, what do I have to give you when if you get my card? I'm like, well, your number. I could have said something. I could have said something completely different if I want to be a complete dick. It would have been ballsy, high risk, high reward, though, right? Yeah, 6 Star Wars posters, 2001: Space Odyssey, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Ready Player One, Uncut Gems, and tons more. LOL. Very nice. Yeah, and letting you know, guys, again that I will be on later on after the movie for a little bit to chat with you guys about the movie, about anything, and of course, yeah, just do a live Q&A about the movie, about anything you want. There's no such thing as a dumb question. We can hang out for a little bit afterwards. Yeah, very funny, Josh. Hey, Brandon, sorry late to the Harry Potter pirate party. Hey, you're here, but you're here now, man. Here now. You got the timer there, so if you got your copy of the movie and you want to watch at least this part of it, there it is. Great big yellow eyes over there by that sink. What is your favorite movie poster? I love the Pirates of the Caribbean poster. The Baby Driver poster is fucking awesome. Scarface is sick. Jurassic Park is pretty cool. Back to the Future is awesome. I like this, like the classic Batman and Ghostbusters, like just classic. Doom, doo, doo, doo. Yeah, I'll try to find the Jordan Peterson talk about Harry Potter, but like it's all allegorical where it's like you got to go through the toilet or through the bathroom sink to get into like the darker world where there's and like Ginny is like short for Geneva, who is like the innocent feminine, like all the archetypical stories. It's great stuff. It really is great stuff. So I'm glad more guys are showing up here. It's a bit late, but yeah, it's great. Pulp Fiction's good too. I have that one. I really must be going. Broken Legs. I always love in movies where there's like a giant slide. So like this and Polar Express, and there's another one we just saw. Um, but yeah, like giant water slides or just slides in general. I love them. Whoa. And I love these sets of the Chamber of Secrets and just like this area. It's just so spooky and freaky, and it's really well done. And the basilisk, the CGI looks great, and the practical effects of it look great too. Have you seen Us and Get Out? I've seen Get Out, but I haven't seen Us. I'm such a noob when it comes to like horror movies like that. I need to watch more. So if you guys have any other suggestions for like first time watches for Halloween, definitely let me know. Say hi, everyone. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween are like two ones that I definitely need to watch for sure. Maybe like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I feel like I by me doing those videos, I'm gonna really piss off the horror community, which I've seen them go pretty rampant on people before. So I'm gonna be walking into the lion's den with that one for sure. But hey, fuck it. What if the Horcruxes were different? Then they'd be different Horcruxes. I'm not too much sure. Would you be more interested in a period pieces with the older sets and costume design? Would be more interested as opposed to what? Honestly, dude, interesting and intriguing characters, an entertaining story, takes you through some twists and turns, and it's engaging and an emotional investment. If it has those three, I don't care what the movie's about, where it takes place, what it's about. As long as it has those three, it's engaging, then I'm game. So if it's period piece, then sure. Maybe a watch along of some best iconic horror movies in October during the Halloween time. If I haven't seen them before, I'm not going to do a watch along for them. Have you seen Silence of the Lambs? I have seen Silence of the Lambs. Really, really great movie. I was very impressed with the. I was very impressed with the performances from Jodie Foster, Dr. Lecter. We're here watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It sounds like Mrs. Incredible as well, and then Anthony Hopkins as well. An underrated classic would be John Carpenter's The Fog. It's on the list. I don't get why people like Friday the 13th. It's the same as Halloween and takes itself too seriously. I didn't like the first Friday the 13th movie, but I've never seen the sequels. But I don't know what you mean by taking itself too seriously. I mean, I can kind of understand that, but look at this set. Like, this is awesome. Like, that is a great design. All the snake heads and then that face at the end. That's a great shot, too. See Jenny's dead body there? Well, dead body. Not dead body. And Mark, just a shout out if you're still here. Thanks for the donation, man. I really appreciate it. So, thumbs up to you, buddy. AKA a Horcrux. I'm cold as ice. This scene scared me as a kid. Just Jenny's face. Right there, those eyes. I don't know why those always freak me out. Well, in the first movie, he's not even in the hockey mask. I haven't seen this actor again. I don't even know who it is. This is a pretty good reveal. But it's funny how J.K. Rowling created an anagram for I am Lord Voldemort, not Lord Voldemort. You know what I mean? I am Lord Voldemort. I am Darth Vader. I think there's some Hitler comparisons there. Like Hitler was part Jewish. Like that's a rumor, a fact, whatever. But Voldemort, Muggle father. You know, so like he has part of him that he like his shadow is that he has Muggle in him as well. So it makes a bit of a dynamic villain for sure. I love the Fox, the Phoenix theme. Absolutely. And an old hat. Sorry about the dog in the background, folks. Yeah, blinding it. Oh, it's freaky how it just... This is some good CGI too. Like, the effects in this movie are really well done. Really well done. I like the slow progression in design of B. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Josh. Don't move. Voldemort, yeah. Well, I guess you'd only seen him once, and then you saw an old version of him, Tom Riddle, and then you saw Ray Fiennes in Goblet of Fire. I know that photo was in a lot of the promotional material. Yeah, I remember playing this level in the video game. It was actually pretty difficult, but it was fun though. Ow. Sorry. Very much alive. Not the best line in the world, but it's fine. Badass shot. Yeah, I have the Chamber of Secrets poster in my other room with the sword. And I like how the sword comes back in the final movie. Audio correct? The POV shot like Jurassic Park there. And I love this shot when I was a kid. It's so badass. The uppercut. Oh, ow. What's the movie where Ray Fiennes plays Voldemort for the first time? Because he's not in the first. This one, the first one. It's the Goblet of Fire, which is the fourth one. And Basilisk is a great creature. Yeah. Logan, you got it. Hey, Logan, you're still here. Glad you could come back, or we're still here. Yeah, a lot of really epic hero shots in this last scene. The little girl. Yeah, Logan, there's a bit of a fee for that kind of behavior. Just kidding. Josh, yeah, did you ever play Lego Harry Potter? You know, it's funny. I bought the series. There's like Lego Harry Potter, like years 1 through 8, and I never played it. I just bought it and I haven't played it yet. But one day I'll play through it. They played through Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, like Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Like they're fun games, so I'll have to check it out. I got it on sale, but yeah, boom, one Horcrux defeated, and there it is. Jenny's back alive. I have a Brando Plays Gaming channel. I'm definitely not as much of an expert on that, but I have done some like live streams of me just playing like random video games just for fun, just to hang out. Be fun. Aw. Healing powers and a great score. Hmm. I don't know why, but I'm liking this channel more and more each week. Actually, I know why. This channel has great content. Thanks, Logan. Appreciate it, buddy. I just love how Dumbledore is, he has rules and everything, but he sees their heart, and he sees their true character shine through, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Like, kids are troublemakers, but they have good hearts and good spirit. Bought the series on Xbox 360. Josh buys it. You're talking about the like the Lego Harry Potter series. Dumbledore is constantly the damn Deus Ex Machina in those films. You know what then? So is Obi-Wan Kenobi then. So is Gandalf. So is every old wise sage that has ever been in a movie ever. So I don't buy that argument for a second. Preach. Preach, preach, preach. It's not our abilities that make us who we are. It is our choices. Just like the Carl Jung's shadow, we all have it inside of us. We all have the power for pure evil inside of us. But we also have the power for pure strength and pure morality. And it's what we do with it. With that power. It's great. J.K. Rowling. Logan says J.K. Rowling is a fucking bitch, but at least we can still watch what she's created. So, yeah, and I said this earlier, Logan. I don't know what J.K. Rowling has done to warrant all this hate. I've seen like all the headlines. J.K. Rowling slams trans people. J.K. Rowling trolls this person, trolls that person. But as soon as I see one of those headlines, I just don't read it because I don't care. Because reading drama about J.K. Rowling and some people, it doesn't benefit my life in any way, shape, or form. So I've just stayed away from it. I'm like, I don't really care. But now I'm kind of curious why so many people think so, especially when I'm going to be doing all these watch-alongs for Harry Potter. So if you guys can tell me, yeah, tell me some examples. And Sink the Bounty, then tell me exactly why Dumbledore is constantly the damn Deus Ex Machina in these films. If you're going to tell me all these negative things about the movie, then tell me some examples. Potter will always be around to save the day. That line was ad-libbed, according to Jason Isaacs. That's his name. But yeah, Logan, tell me exactly what J.K. Rowling has done, or people in the chat, tell me what J.K. Rowling has done that has warranted all this hate from other people. Because I honestly don't know. I know she's been tweeting stuff, but I don't know what she's been saying. I don't know at all. Now you guys got me curious. Number 1, she hates trans. Number 2, she tries to be politically correct by ruining her franchise. Well, if she hates trans, then she's not politically correct. You know what I mean? 3, she makes Fantastic Beasts and Crimes of Grindelwald. She's getting hate for making those movies. She's made Dumbledore gay. But Dumbledore was gay a long time ago. Like, Dumbledore was gay, like, during this already. So, yeah, trying to be politically correct, constantly ruining the franchise. But if she hates trans and she talks about how much she hates trans people, then how is that politically correct? I'm a little confused. The Phoenix Tears in this movie are Deus Ex Machina, and that is because J.K. Rowling has always used Dumbledore to save the day. The Phoenix Tears have come from mythology, and the whole reason why those are there is because of Harry Potter's character. He's loyal, and he's, through his choices that he makes, make him apart from Voldemort. You know? And same with love. Love has helped him save, like, protected him from that curse. And loyalty are 2 attributes that Voldemort didn't have. And that's why Harry has always been able to save the day. So, I don't buy that argument, dude. I'm sorry. She's trying to be politically correct. She decided it after Dumbledore died. I heard an interview quite a long time ago that Dumbledore was gay, like, before even the final movie came out. So, I don't know about that. But are people mad that a character is now gay? Is that what it is? And this is the scene that always gets me. I was not in a clear state of consciousness last time I saw this movie, but I bawled my eyes out. Okay. So, Logan, does that make her a bitch then, by making her characters gay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, hi. Should have kissed Voldemort. Would have been a different movie if that happened. Okay, I'll look at the chat after this scene, because I gotta talk to Logan to hear about J.K. Rowling. I love how Hermione's just like, no. Josh, I don't know how J.K. Rowling can... you know what? I'll talk to you about it later. This is when I think of John Williams' best scores. This part right here, from here to the end of the movie. Oh, it's coming. This scene gets me every time. Uh, it's definitely not as bad as last time. That guy just, let's go. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. There we go. Yes. And there we go. That is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah. I mean, movie magic. What can I say? I think the tension and the stakes were improved upon on the first movie, and the streamlined the film was more streamlined in terms of its plot, I think. The first movie had to set up everything, and this movie, it definitely did not take as long to really establish the characters in the story. That was the origin story. That was the first movie, but this was like adding on. And of course, when you know how the movie ends, like, this really did introduce a lot of new elements that became important to the rest of the story. And yeah, I just this is the movie that I watched over and over and over again as a kid, and this was the movie that really made me fall in love with Harry Potter and this world. And I wanted to be a wizard. I remembered all the spells and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a personal favorite of mine. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. In terms of the Harry Potter fans, they're like, "Oh, it's the least best. It's my least favorite in the franchise." That a lot of people say, but I don't know, guys. It's a personal favorite of mine. Nostalgia factor plays a big part in it. I get it. I think there are other films that are better in the franchise, like Prisoner of Azkaban and Deathly Hallows Part 2. But again, it's just a personal preference. So this movie is so long for nothing. Nah, it is bad. Sync, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're trying to be negative on purpose. It seems that, most live streams, you don't have anything good to say about the movies. Maybe we just have totally different movie tastes. I don't know, man. But, I mean, thanks for being here, buddy. You didn't have to be, because I know you don't like this movie if it's that bad. But, I mean, I appreciate you being here and helping out the stream. So I appreciate that. Yeah. I just disagree with your view on this movie. Okay, so here we go. She made Dumbledore gay, trying to be politically correct and trying to hide the fact that she's such a stupid, mean bitch. How is she stupid? How is her intelligence just lacking? Mean, is she, by her making a character gay to become politically correct, is that what makes her mean? Or is she mean because she has certain views, or is it mean because she back talks to people? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. That's all. Did you read the short story back that JK did back in 2008, where Sirius Black and James Potter are riding Sirius flying motorcycle, later to be Hagrid flying motorcycle on a highway? No, I don't know what that is. Apparently, J.K. Rowling is homophobic and transphobic. It's a little weird how she's homophobic, but yet she makes one of the main characters in her story gay. Seems a little counterintuitive. Also, is the person on the Vine who sounds like Myrtle, is it Britzy Voices? I don't know who Britzy Voices is. It was like this blonde girl who did Vines, and she had a high voice. That's all I remember. Look, I'm just rusty on the news. It's all good, man. I don't know anything about it. That's why I'm asking you guys. I love how the third movie and the book has weird element, but they all work out very well. Time travel, werewolves, hippogriffs, magical trees, and what does sound absurd, but somehow it works. Every movie in Harry Potter, if you think about it rationally, it's all sounding insane. As soon as you have a movie about a kid who lives under a staircase, who goes to a magical school, where you have to walk through a wall to get to the train station to go to a school to learn magic tricks, rationality and realism goes completely out of the water. Let's see. All I'm saying is that she changed her mind so that the society would treat her as if she was such a great person. Well, that backfired. And politically correct. Honestly, she's worse than everyone thinks. I don't know how everyone thinks now. I feel like if everyone thinks that she's a stupid bitch, is she worse than that? Also, there's an after credits scene. Oh, nice, man. Funniest end credits scene, period. I'll have to look at it later. Great movie, though. Thanks. Yeah, if you guys just go, nah, it's good, nah, it's bad, nah, it's good, nah, it's bad. It's just hearsay. It's just people's opinions just going boom. Gotta love these chit chats. Not a watch along without some kind of crazy but interesting discussion going on here. It makes the watch alongs reach near perfection. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'd love to do all the Harry Potter movies, but it depends on if you guys want to. So, like I said in the beginning, the best way to show support for the channel, which has been growing. I think, let me just check how many subscribers I have now, because it seems to grow every single watch along. As of right now, I have 2,619. I just remember doing these watch-alongs, and I was so happy that I got 1,500. So thank you guys for showing up to this live stream, showing up to these watch-alongs, watching the videos, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe, going through the super chats. Those are probably the 3 best ways to support the channel and make sure that the channel grows. And like all the likes, it helps the algorithm out, and it helps this channel grow and to spread to more people so that they can watch. Subscribing, obviously, it helps, and it's helping you guys to know when there's new content out and to help know that when new watch-alongs are happening. Follow me on Instagram too, because that's the best way that I post about when the watch-alongs are happening. And of course, there's the super chat option where the donations are, where all the proceeds will go back into the channel. And again, that's probably the best way to show your support. And again, I gotta say thanks to Mark for giving in that super chat earlier on. So thanks, man. I really appreciate that. So, are you looking forward to the DC fandom for new information about the Batman Zack Snyder's Justice League? I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna wait until the movie comes out. If the movie looks good, I'll see it. That's about it. Anyways, would be great to make watch along on great movies. Dude, it's just your opinion, man. I don't know what to tell you. I've done watch-alongs for Casino Royale, Skyfall, Jurassic Park, The Matrix. I've done them for some old-school Disney movies. Let's just go through my catalog of watch-alongs, shall we? And if you think that all these movies are bad movies, then we have some very differing opinions on what is considered a good movie. Anyways, let's see here. So, I have done watch-alongs for Casino Royale, Skyfall, Kingsman: The Secret Service, Mission Impossible: Fallout, Jurassic Park, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Matrix, Lethal Weapon, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Pinocchio, Dumbo, A Goofy Movie, The Rocketeer, American Made, and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And this one right now, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So if you hate all those movies, man, then I don't know what to tell you. We have different views. Yeah, but thanks for being here, though. Even though, yeah, you know what I'm about to say. So what happens when you reach 3K? Some kind of special, perhaps. What would you guys like to see for a 3,000 subscriber special? I've thought of some ideas. Like a drinking game would be fun. Q&A, where it's like, I don't know if you guys have played the Q&A games where there's like a bunch of shots and then you guys have to like send in questions, and if I don't, I'll answer them honestly, but if I don't want to answer them, I have to take a shot. There's like 15 of them, 5 of them have booze in it, and then 10 of them have water. So it kind of incentivizes people to ask like more of the risky questions, you know what I mean? Because if someone asks me, oh, are you excited for Justice League? I'll go, no, not really. It's just, I don't really find that stuff interesting. And with movie news, like, again, I'm not a big comic book nerd, right? So I don't know, oh, the Aquaman's greatest villain, sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Aquaman's villain from this comic is going to show back up again. It's like, I don't know any of that stuff, right? So if it's like, if a movie in that regard is close to the comics, it doesn't really interest me too much. So all I want to know is that all I want them to be is good movies. I don't care what costumes they wear. I don't care what villains they fight. I don't care where they're filmed in the world. All I want is just entertainment, right? So I hope they're all entertaining. I really do. I hope that Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out and I'm proven wrong and I love it. I hope that Aquaman 2 comes out and I love it more than the first one. I hope that the Black Adam movie comes out and I love it. I hope that Wonder Woman 2 comes out and I love it. I don't want any of these movies to fail. So, nah, Logan, don't worry about him. Yeah, Casino Royale and Skyfall were the only great ones, but I wasn't there for those. He just has a different opinion than us. That's all it is. And if he wants to send us negative, like just say only negative things about the movies that we're watching, that's on him. Because whatever he says, and this is actually a good lesson for people, and I've had people talk to me about this, and I've heard people complain about this on the internet, and it's a good lesson to have. And again, I learned this pretty recently. So let's just say Sink the Bounty here, right? It's talking about how much he hates Chamber of Secrets, Deus Ex Machina, this, Harry Potter sucks, yada yada yada. The movie hasn't changed. The movie still hasn't changed. It's not like he says this and I go, oh shit, damn it, Sink the Bounty doesn't like the movie. I guess I can't watch it anymore. I guess I gotta sell my Harry Potter poster. I guess I gotta sell my copy of Harry Potter. I guess I can't watch any of those movies. Oh, he doesn't like... Wait, Casino Royale and Skyfall are the only good ones? I can't watch Pirates of the Caribbean anymore? My favorite movie of all time? I can't watch it anymore because he doesn't like it? You know how ridiculous that sounds? If someone else does not like a movie that you like, especially when they're just a name on the internet, I know you guys are real people. I know that. But as the relationship that we have right now, I'm sitting in my room talking to a camera, and there are lines on my computer screen. I know that there are people typing on their computers and those lines are showing up. But I find it so funny how people get so mad that someone else, a total stranger on the internet that they will never meet in real life, they disapprove of the movie that they like and they feel personally attacked by it. And I get it. Like, I love Chamber of Secrets. I love this movie. And we are passionate about these things. So naturally, like, we're going to really associate it with it. Like, it becomes a part of our identity. My name is Brandon and I'm a Harry Potter fan. And this person does not like Harry Potter. So this person, and then what do? We take it personally. We take it as a personal attack. This person doesn't like me as a person. So don't worry. If Johnny from Orlando hates Harry Potter, that doesn't mean that I don't have to watch Harry Potter anymore. It just means that they're missing out on what I think is a great movie. So that's all it is. So don't worry about him. For real though, I'm just disappointed. Why are you disappointed? Before this ends, quick question. I know this might seem like a hypothetical question, but if somebody integrated their wand into their fingertips, would they make them a sorcerer? Sure. You can shove your wand up your ass and it still makes you a sorcerer. Yeah, why not? But Logan, why are you disappointed, man? Because the movie's over? But yeah, guys, I think I'll go for about 10 more minutes, depending on how many questions we get left, and we can still talk about it. I know Louie, I don't know if you're here, buddy. You messaged me on Instagram saying you wanted to talk about girl problems. And again, these questions don't have to be movie related. They can be about life. They can be about movies. They can be just because he doesn't like so many good movies. That's why I'm disappointed. But see, that's my point. Why are you disappointed? You don't know him. He doesn't know you. You're never gonna meet him. He's never gonna have any impact on your life whatsoever, and you're gonna have no impact on his life whatsoever. There's some guy in a bunker in Russia who hates Star Wars. Does that affect my life at any point? There's also a girl who lives in Peru who is the biggest Harry Potter fan in the world, hypothetically. It still doesn't affect my life in any way, shape, or form. They're just opinions. You can like what you like, and you can not like what you not like. And it doesn't matter what anyone says. I happen to know a Johnny from Orlando. Wonder if you were talking about the same guy. I just picked a random name and a random... I was being interviewed once and talking about this same thing. And this guy... And I said, it doesn't matter... Like, Johnny is like a really stereotypical white guy name, and Orlando is just a city that I was thinking of at the time. So, like, really think about it. If they did a spell like ridiculous, that would happen. Sure, it could. Yeah. My sister's texting me about a song we should harmonize together on guitar. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys did like the movie. I know one person here didn't. But Sink the Bounty, you have been a loyal subscriber and a loyal watcher of this channel, so I can't get mad at you, buddy. Here, I'm going to give you a kiss. Right there. Just like Harry Potter should have given Voldemort. So if you don't want to take it, well then, too bad. No refunds. A little toasty in here. Anyways, Finn Flash, buddy, it's been a while since I've seen you, but it's great to see you back on these watch-alongs. You're always so supportive, and you always ask great questions. Andre, even though you refuse to use a period, you refuse to use periods, and you refuse to use commas no matter how many times I tell you to, but I always appreciate you showing up, so thanks, buddy. But you ask what my favorite film scores are. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. I love Star Wars. I love Harry Potter. I love the GoldenEye score, the Braveheart score. Spider-Man 2 has a great score. Avengers Endgame also has a great score. Titanic has a great score. Everest has a great score. Gladiator has a great score. Chicken Run has a great score. Just there's a lot of great scores, but music artist just in general is Phil Collins. Hands down. If you guys are not doing anything later on and you guys are just chilling at home, listening to some music, having a beer, smoking a joint, taking some shrooms, or I don't know what the hell you guys are doing nowadays. I don't know what the kids are doing. This album right here, Phil Collins hits. Almost every single song on here is a banger. Almost every single one. Both sides of Separate Lives is a little cheesy. But man, if you guys love music and you love pop music, you love dance, you gotta check out Phil Collins. Sorry, Sick the Bounty. One of the best scores is Dr. Zhivago. I have not seen Dr. Zhivago yet. It's on my to-do list though. So, anyway. Actually, Sink, where are you from, buddy? Just curious. And also, before you guys head out, I just want to know just quick thoughts on the film. 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. Just give me a score rating, or if you guys want to give me a little synopsis, a little tiny 5-second review. Dogs barking outside. Just curious to know you guys' thoughts. But, you know, and look up the Jordan Peterson video about it. It's great. But I guess I'll let you guys in on a little secret, if you guys want to. Can we talk about Phil Collins then? Better with Genesis or on solo career? You know what? I like more Phil Collins songs than Genesis songs because Genesis, you know, had a very different approach to. Sorry, I was just reading those things. I got distracted. I like more Phil Collins songs because Genesis at the beginning with Peter Gabriel, it had a very different sound, which some people like. It was a bit different for me. It's like more like prog rock, kind of like Rush. You know what I mean? Very similar, but yeah. But I'm thinking about expanding the channel a little bit and maybe having some guests on and talking about them. So, you know, I think if you guys know the YouTube community, where there's like Movie Files and Flicks Talk and Talking TV podcast, Guy at Movies, and you know a bunch of other people around that kind of realm of doing watch-alongs and things like that. I've done collabs on their channel, but I want to get them on my channel for something. So it's still in brainstorm phase. Will anything come of it? Who knows? This Harry Potter is probably 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10. Well, it's not as good as The Rocketeer then, hey? Because I know you said 5 out of 10, movie's terrible. Yeah. I've been to France a couple times. You know, I learned French in school, but I forgot most of it. Just bonjour, je m'appelle Brandon. Comment ça va? Avec du fromage. Je suis une pizza. Basically just all your songs that you had to learn in elementary school. Yeah, but anyway, see, that's the thing. The guy doesn't like Harry Potter. What can you do, right? 4.8 out of 5, underrated. So Logan, I'm curious, and I'm gonna ask you guys this too. Last question. Unless you guys have any other more questions for me. I'm curious to know, because I don't do decimal points in my ratings. Generally speaking, when you leave a theater, when you ask somebody, what do you think of that movie? You generally have about 5 responses. What do you think of Chamber of Secrets? Oh, I loved it. Oh, I really liked it. Yeah, I liked it. It was okay. Not for me. It's one of those 5. You can say, oh, well, this was good, this was good, this was good, this was good. But it's still, I find that almost every single rating kind of goes back into those 5 categories. No matter how many times you ask somebody, they go, oh, I like that movie. Okay, well then you automatically giving it a positive review. So it has to be more than 50%, right? A passing grade. And then I really like it. Okay, 4. Love it. I think there's no better word to use than love, right? Makes me sound like a hippie, but sure. 5 out of 5 for love. So when people give it 0.8, like someone said, oh, well, I give this movie a 4.7, and they want to give a 4.9. What's that 0.2? You have now quantified it. So now that I expect now a reason why there's a 0.2, and not just, oh, I liked it better. Then what does a 4.8 mean? So what's the difference between a 4.9, a 4.8, and a 4.7? You know what I mean? So that's just why I'm curious to know why people do points in their ratings. I'm not judging. I'm not trying to, shun people for doing it. I'm just saying that's the reason why I do mine, and I'm curious to know why you guys do points in your ratings. That would be a good 3K special. Bring all those other YouTubers into that, and we'll have a good time. Yeah, 4.8. Honestly, it's just overshadowed by the first one. Extremely underrated. Fine, I loved it. No, I'm not telling you to change your rating, man. I'm just curious to know why you rate it that way. But you can definitely message me on Instagram and tell me why, which is @BrandoCritic. You can follow me on Letterboxd @BrandoCritic. I'm still in the process of transferring over my 8 years of reviews, of written reviews on my website over. And that was just for fun. That was just for me, just to write and just to talk about movies and just to spew my love for them. It's just how much you like it. If you don't love it, but you don't think it's really good, it's in between. Sure, but then you can get just 0.5s. But then if you get to 0.6 and 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 0.10, 0.10 being the number, then you have quantified it. You have, by definition, quantified it. So is it just your metric of how much you like it? It's like, oh, I like this movie more. So, for example, I like the movie Goodfellas more than Casino, but I don't like it more by that much. So I'll give it a 4.9, and with Casino, I'll give it a 4.75. You know what I mean? But then it's like, what about a 4.74? What's that, 0.1? You know what I mean? So that's why I just ask. But yes, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me to the Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets watch along. It's been a lot of fun. It's always fun to talk with you guys. And again, Mark. Oh my God, I'm just curious now. Have I been calling you Mark, or is it Mike Spaceman? I think it's Mark. Dude, I apologize if I called you the wrong name, man. I'm just going to go to the top and just check. Yeah, no, Mark Spaceman. Okay, buddy. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mark automatically gets the thumbs up, the shout out in this one. But yeah, if you guys want to see the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban watch along, let me know in comment section of all various videos. Send me a DM on Instagram. Let me know if they are popular, if they get good results, if they get people liking and subscribing and hitting that super chat. Then I'll do them more. And again, I'm doing this for you guys. So thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Stay safe. Namaste. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.